But I agree, we need to become united as opposed to being divided and fighting for the bits of funding that we do get.
You have to have an understanding of what the journalist needs and give them everything they need, because the less work they have to do to get that story up, the more likely they're going to be to use it. Because
this is big stuff. This is big changes in people's attitudes, you know, and the NDIS, you know, a funding mechanism, that's not going to fix it. There's a lot of work, you know. This once in a generation campaign that got the NDIS up, you know, it still needs everybody in this room and everybody we know, you know, to be working for till you drop, you know.
I think one of our advantage as disabled people is that we unsettle the non-disabled public when we gather, and we unsettle them when we protest, because they don't expect us to be angry. They don't expect us to be proud. They expect us to be passive and hidden away somewhere and not out on the streets.
We have Leonie Dillon from Assert for All, Louise Glanville from the National Disability Insurance Agency, Daniel Leeton from Inclusion Melbourne, and Christina Ryan from Advocacy for Inclusion.
Person-centredness is actually being attuned to the needs of the individual, you know, every time we meet with them.
Not different from all the rest of us in any particular way. Want somewhere to live, you know, somewhere to love, something meaningful to do each day, you know, food in the belly.
Individual, a systemic level, a community level, a government level. We've got to come from all diverse ways to make that change happen.
We start with a vision. And in our organisation, the vision is that people with an intellectual disability are seen and accepted as valued citizens, and that they are welcomed into their local communities.
You know, it isn't about fancy codes and different tools, it's about actually just treating people like human beings.
Millions of people living as
Actually, we need to know what the need is for advocacy. You know, we need to know how many people require it, because at the moment we can't quantify that.
At a national level, if the National Reform Council actually look at our inquiry and our recommendations in conjunction with the Senate inquiry and Deborah's inquiry, there are really good ideas and recommendations in all of those that could actually be implemented at a national level to protect everyone who has a disability right across Australia, not just here in Victoria.
So in this program, it is people with an intellectual disability who are the educators. I think that's what makes it successful.
Technology is going to open up a whole host of opportunities for people to exercise choice and self-determination.
Many women with disabilities don't have access to information. Access to information is knowledge and power. If we don't get it, we're not going to be able to make a difference in our lives.
I want to work with organisations on strategies that embrace diversity and actually work with leaders within organisations for whole of organisation change.
We look at transport, housing, education, employment, access to property. All of these systemic barriers take place, and the NDIS isn't going to resolve those issues unless there's a strong interconnection, if you like, between those major areas.
What we need to do is have people from outside the disability community coming to our conferences, and we have a presence at their conferences. Otherwise, nothing's going to change.
Attitude change comes when people encounter people.
112 Drummond Street.
Looking back now, that was 33 years ago. Some changes have come, but man, they've been slow. And while our victories are few, they still taste so sweet, especially in particular the one at Drummond Street.